Sup dudes, it's Snail, and today we're going to be talking about some updates to Fallout London, the PR situation, as well as the leaks that came out. First of all, the leaks are accurate. They are true. It is 100% real Fallout London footage, but we'll get into that a little bit later in the video. First, I want to issue an update about what I talked about last video, which was largely the PR situation that had been created just by lack of communication, conflicting information being posted in different places and stuff like that. Firstly, I want to say big props to Fallout London. It seems like they are getting a bit of a better handle on the PR situation, and they've made some strides to have better communication with the community. So seriously, Team FOLON, you guys have done well. And if my video had any sort of impact in helping make better decisions for PR and community outreach, I'm happy. That's literally all we want as a fan base. So, and I say that because I know for fact that they saw my video, and I don't think they were totally happy with the video, but I mean, hey, I just make videos. I can't control how people feel about them. So my first tip off to the PR situation getting a little bit better, a statement was made by Dog saying we will be handling PR situations differently in the build up to release. Now he posted that on Discord. That does predate my video, so I'm hoping at least I had some sort of effect in some of the following posts and communication. Because to their credit, they've done exactly that. They have given us a little bit more. And probably the best communication we've had from them since the last video is Dog saying in the Discord, well, as exciting as everything is, we will all keep you posted as soon as we know anything. Be it either an update about how it's going or preferably something for you to play. We'll plop it in announcement either way. Sunny Delight has sent over what we refer to as the build, and we'll be having a meeting with them, who I assume is GOG, so that he can become the build master for the project after the QA is done, so any future updates or builds can be done on our side, and then GOG can be free of us annoying them with the issues the project had with the next gen fiasco. He goes on to say, GOG have been amazing through all of this. To be honest, we've been the ones causing them the issue. What with us having things break due to the next gen, and then needing the third parties to update, then waiting for them to be fixed, only for the fact that at the 11th hour we've discovered that the next gen, even after updates, isn't stable enough, and thus we are now going out on the old version, thus the need for a downgrader. In fact, they have done everything they said they would do and more. They've been stars. Their commitment to helping and supporting is exemplary, and I hope Fallout London will be pioneer for all of the other larger mods to have as a release platform. So a couple things we can extrapolate from this is that basically GOG is ready, and if we're going off of this information, they already have the project in their hands. They're ready, they're looking over it, and they're performing Q&A. And another thing we can extrapolate from this posting is that we are getting the last gen version first, but don't worry, you won't have to roll back because they will be including a downgrader. That's huge, really good. Goes a long way to helping people play the mod right out of the box. Now, this information being shared has led to the speculation that we're going to be getting Fallout London within the month of July, so let's all hope for the best here. However, it's also entirely possible that something is going to have to get looked over. Maybe GOG finds some sort of a problem and we might have to wait a little bit longer, but this still bodes well for a 2024 release date nonetheless. And to top off this improved communication from the team, they've actually posted to the subreddit with this same information. On July the 6th, 2024, they posted release progress update. There's been a lot of speculation regarding our upcoming release, and we wanted to open up and clear the air for our core supporters. The bottom line is that we've sent several builds over to GOG for QA testing and are waiting for the final green light. Once they've completed the process of double checking that Fallout London and its installer work on all supported machines, we should be good to go. It is in all of our interests that this final QA process is carried out in full, and we are very thankful that GOG is assisting. While it may seem like not a lot is going on, we can assure you that the heads of the department have been working non-stop behind the scenes during this time to make sure the release build is as good as it can be. The end is in sight. Stay safe, and remember, mind the gap. And you know what? This outreach has actually done a really good job in cleaning up the Reddit. I'm not seeing nearly as much negativity in the subreddit community as I saw when I made my original video. So again, I do want to extend a congratulations to the team. They've seemingly reversed a lot of the sentiment that was previously plaguing the community. However, if you don't want to wait for the release to get a closer look at the mod, there is some leaked footage that has been uploaded to YouTube. I'm not going to give the channel's name because, frankly, I disagree with their methods, but they posted a nearly half-hour long recording they took of one of the dev streams in the FOLON Discord. Now, to be clear, the footage was recorded against the dev team's wishes, and this resulted in a bit of drama behind the scenes, and it was actually the center of a blackmail situation involving the recorder and the dev team. We'll get into that a bit later. But first, while we're on the subject of online security and privacy, let's talk about NordVPN. I've partnered with NordVPN to bring you up to 70% off on a 2-year plan when you sign up using my link down below in the description. Staying safe online is not as simple as it used to be. It's increasingly difficult these days to keep your information safe since everyone seems to want a piece of your data. Threat actors come in all shapes and sizes, and often you don't know it until it's too late. That's why NordVPN is here to help. NordVPN allows you to change your IP address, making you harder to track and securing your online privacy. A VPN is essential to online life these days, and Nord is an industry leader in providing safe access to the internet with any device it protects. Rated best overall VPN by Forbes, it's the fastest VPN according to independent studies, and with 6,400 servers in over 1,100 countries, you can browse securely from up to 10 devices at once from anywhere in the world. So get yourself some digital ballistic weave and fortify your security. Get Nord. Now, back to the video. I actually knew about this footage way in advance, and I'll admit I was a little bit hesitant to cover this just because it's a bit of a sensitive situation, but since it's made its way to the Reddit community and it's more or less public information now, I think we can safely go over the finer details. I did talk to my insider about including the footage, and they did say that the dev team would like me to not include any footage. So unfortunately, I can't share the footage with you, but it does exist. It's on YouTube, so go ahead and have a look and search for it if you really want to look for it. Or you can do what I did and read the cliff notes here in this Reddit post. A Reddit user by the name of Dr. Virus 129, shoutouts to my guy, was kind enough to watch the footage and summarize what we're getting based on this leak. It looks like several mod features are being included for the sake of immersion, things that we've seen previously in some way. For example, your head moving side to side while swimming, ammo crafting workbenches, and climbable ladders. These real quality of life things that make the game measurably better in such small but impactful ways. Staying on the wavelength of small but significant, we also get insight into the level of detail that the FOLON team has treated everyday items with. For example, Fesco is their Fallout universe equivalent to Tesco, which is a popular UK chain of superstores. Also included is a general look at the world of Fallout London, so you get to see a lot of the environments, some things like breaking planks to get into areas, as well as conversations with some of the NPCs in the game. There is some criticism that the game looks unfinished, with one example from many people being the naming of things. Now, I have actually heard both from the inside source and other modders that this particular footage comes from what is essentially dev mode for Fallout mods. Rather than aiming for presentation, this version of the game is strictly for developer use. I think it just makes it easier for them to refer back to objects within the creation kit. So keep in mind, if you're watching the footage and you think, wow, it's not even finished, that's not the case. It's just not being played in the version that you would be playing it in. So while controversial, this footage does prove two very important things for the project. One, Fallout London is not vaporware. We can see the full breadth of what has been built over the years that we've been waiting for this project, and I've got to say it's super impressive. The locations look great, they look accurate to both Fallout and London, and I think we're in for a treat when we're exploring this game world. Two, Fallout London is at least very close to being in a release-ready state, if it's not already release-ready. So ultimately, despite the context of the leak, I think it was a good thing for the project, if only to affirm its existence to the naysayers who keep saying, oh, it's vaporware, we're never gonna get it, it's a scam. It's not a scam, we will be getting it. It's there and it exists in nearly its entirety. Now, speaking of the context, let's talk about it. Now, following the last video, I was reached out to by somebody who has close ties with the team, and they spoke to me a little bit more in depth about this situation. So my insider also confirmed to me that this footage comes from one of the first quests in the game. How was this leak acquired? Because this is a big deal. Let's talk about it. One thing I want you to understand before we get into this is I can't share the name of my sources for obvious reasons, but this information is corroborated by the leaker themselves in their own comment section here on YouTube. I first learned of the leak on July the 2nd of this year. Now, initially when I learned of the leak, I wanted to contact the team to let them know it existed just in case they weren't aware. because it represents kind of an issue. I know the team signs NDAs and privacy is something that they want to keep a hold of, so, it's probably a good idea to throw them a bone. But to my surprise, they actually already knew about it. And they did confirm to me that the leak is accurate. This is real Fallout London footage in the video. It was recorded in a public video chat on the Fallout London server by the leaker against the team's wishes. And if you're wondering why they were streaming the footage to begin with, apparently after the Nothing Burger quote-unquote announcement that read, "We have a date, but we're not telling you," the team planned to recover their public perception by previewing Fallout London's gameplay in the project server. Now, the preview gets recorded by the leaker, and according to my insider, the leaker got banned for their behavior for an unrelated reason later down the line. The leaker actually admits to this in his comments, by the way. Following this, the leaker attempts to blackmail the dev team with the footage. Whether it was strictly for clout or to regain access to the server, I'm still not clear on. Could be either one of those things. But in any case, his blackmail attempt does not work. They basically tell him to go away, you're banned for a reason, we don't care. So following being told to get lost, what does he try to do next? He tries to take the footage to one of the largest Fallout mod creators on the platform. Just to get back at the team. That creator, obviously, is an extremely smart individual who has been doing this for a very long time, and I know who they are, but I'm not telling. You've watched their videos, I've watched their videos. Sorry, I gotta take a page out of Fallout London's book for this one. That creator obviously wants no part in this situation whatsoever. So now Leaker Kun is out of options entirely. Both of his plans backfired and his blackmail didn't work, so he just uploads it to his personal channel. That brings us here. The footage is leaked, and generally, people actually feel positive about what they're seeing. Now, I'm not exactly sure if this is the effect the leaker intended, because it almost seems like they intended for it to seem negative in some way, but it hasn't had that effect whatsoever. The footage has been more or less well received by the core community, and people overall are looking forward to the mod even more now. All in all, this was a win for Team FOLON, no matter how you look at it. So, GG, I guess. But in any case, there's the drama for you in case you felt like having a little bit in your life. And what do you think about the leak? What do you think about this situation? Let me know down below. I will stay on top of Fallout London news, and when we get it, I'll be playing it as well. So make sure that you like the video and subscribe if you're into this sort of thing. Next video, we're covering a quest mod, one of my favorites, and we're going to be doing a deep dive into not only the mod, but also its inspiration. So make sure you stick around for that. Until next time, I'm Snail. Take care, brush your hair. Thanks for watching, and peace, dudes.